Hey, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well this evening on this Wednesday, August 20th, a little bit of a different night for us in meeting. My name is Michael Schenkel, and I'm the chair of ANC 2C, and I would like to call this meeting to order. It is now 6 p.m. And I'd like to thank you all for joining us on this makeup meeting. For those of you who attended or tried to attend our last meeting, which was last Tuesday, unfortunately, we had no internet at the library, which caused us to have to postpone that meeting. And I do apologize for that. And hopefully that issue is now resolved. Fingers crossed. Um, I would like to do a roll call, and I'd like the commissioners to introduce themselves. We'll start with Commissioner Swart.
Hello, I'm Jim Swart. I'm uh, representing the portion of Chinatown, all of City Center and downtown. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. We'll move on to Commissioner Groth.
I'm Nancy Groth. I'm the commissioner of 2C02, SOMA, south of Mass Ave, Scott and Thomas Circles, and all of traditional downtown K Street.
Terrific. Thank you, Commissioner. I don't believe that I see Commissioner Lee on the line as of yet. But we do have a quorum with 3 of 4 commissioners present. So we can proceed with tonight's agenda. When Commissioner Lee gets on, I will attempt to see that and make that announcement at that time. I'd like to start, commissioners, by reviewing the revised agenda with you. If I can get it to a size that I can see on my screen. Ooh. Okay, I think I have that displayed for you all there. Is it large enough?
Yep.
Okay, got it. We'll start this evening with some general agenda items that we have to review. I see that Commissioner Lee has joined us. Welcome, Commissioner Lee. So now we have 4 of 4 commissioners present. We'll start with some general approval of our minutes. We'll do a treasurer's report. We will approve the FY26 budget. And we have some other administrative matters to take place with. And then we will start with some community announcements. I believe we have Alistair Chang on with us this evening from the school board, our school board representative. We have a neighborhood collaboration to discuss, and was brought to us by a resident. So we want to discuss that, the Chinatown revitalization effort, and how that is, what is happening with that. And then we have local events that impact the community. And we do have on our agenda 2 issues to take up this evening. One is for APCA. We will delay the first one, La Mida, until our September meeting. We were asked to delay that. Are there any other corrections or additions to the agenda?
Michael, Thomas, could we push the budget to the end, and as well as the treasurer's report? I'm still finalizing it. Would that be okay?
That is fine with me. we'll move the budget and treasurer's report to the end of the agenda. Absolutely.
I'd like to move or make a friendly amendment to include considering a resolution at the end, given the very fast-paced events happening in DC right now. My fellow commissioners all have a copy of the resolution condemning the federal overreach that the ANC Home Rule Caucus has prepared and is asking commissions to consider adopting.
Mhm.
Okay, we will add that at the end of the agenda as well, under other business.
Well, I'm afraid that I don't agree with adding that to the agenda.
Okay. We can
And the reason being,
Sure.
the reason being is that we're not within a representative time period, and this is a modified meeting, and I think we should do it at a larger gathering.
Yeah, our next meeting is September 9th, which will be too late. I thought I'd give it a shot. There's 4 of us. Do we have
Well,
whether to even consider the agenda item? Do I need to make a motion?
we would have to move and vote on the agenda as revised
Yes.
as an option.
I move to revise the agenda, and if my revision motion fails, then we'll move on.
Okay, there is a motion on the floor to revise the agenda for moving the treasurer's report and the budget to the end of the agenda, and also adding a resolution regarding federal oversight. Is there a second?
I'll second, since
Seconded by Commissioner Lee. All those in favor? Could you raise your hand? So we have 3 of 3 commissioners voting in favor. All those opposed? We have 1 voting in opposition and no abstentions. Okay. The motion carries. So we will move forward with the modified agenda. Okay. The approval of the July minutes is next on our agenda. Commissioners, have you had the opportunity to review the revised minutes from the July meeting? Commissioner Groth sent around the tweaked minutes.
Yeah, I sent them a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
Seems like forever ago now.
No, it does.
Right.
It has the date in the file name with the clean copy.
Is there a motion on the floor?
I'll second that we pass the minutes.
Will you put a motion on the floor first?
Does Nancy do that, or does someone else have to do that?
I can do it as secretary. I move that we
Okay.
accept the July, we approve the July meeting minutes as prepared by the minute service and lightly edited by me. I sent you the track changes and the clean copy both.
I second that.
Seconded by Commissioner Stroth. Commissioner Stroth. Yes.
Swart.
I don't know what I was saying. I just combined your name. I've had a very long day. I'm so sorry.
We have a new portmanteau. Wow.
That wasn't correct. I'm so sorry about that.
I'll second your mistake.
Yes, I get my mistake. All those in favor of approving the minutes, would you please let me know by raising your hand? All right, so 4 of 4 commissioners voting in favor of that, no nays and no abstentions. Okay. Oof. Okay, other administrative matters. on the agenda this evening, we have to make arrangements to get to the bank and update the signature cards and the bank. Can we make a plan to do that soon?
Can we do it on a weekday? Weekdays seem easier for me.
I can usually do weekdays. Lunchtime, maybe? Would lunchtime be easier for you, Michael?
Yes.
Why does it have to be at the PNC at DuPont Circle? Is that our branch?
Yes. We've had some significant challenges with the branch in Chinatown with trying to update these. And the DuPont Circle branch has a number of ANCs that have accounts there. And they know the process and they know what to do and do it. So it's efficient.
Okay, not
So
complaining.
we just
Curious.
have to find a date that we all can do it at the
Yes.
same time.
Can somebody send out a doodle or something?
Yes, we can certainly do that. Just to let folks know, I am usually flexible on Tuesday mornings. I have the potential to be in DuPont at one of my offices there. So
Okay.
that's an option for us. That doesn't mean that it has to be that day, but we can send a doodle poll out for that. Thomas, would you want to coordinate with the bank and do that?
Yeah, I'll send out a doodle poll.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
The website
I have nothing to report on getting some website refresh ad pulled together or admin support, either one. I'm sorry. I've just been swamped by last week.
Yep. Got it.
Was the thing.
Can I know that we have the admin job description?
Yes.
You reviewed. Do you want me to post it?
That would be awesome.
Could you send me the latest copy?
I can look at what I have. What I have, I got from you. So.
Oh, that's what we're using. That's what we did. Okay.
I didn't get it any farther than I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
I just put it on so that we would keep having to confront this, and
yes, got it. Okay.
Finally dig ourselves out of.
Right. I will redistribute that then to the commissioners.
Okay, thank you.
Any of your input, and then I will move forward with posting that. We did approve posting that
yes
description.
Like in city paper or Popville or something like that.
Correct.
The Blade.
Yes. We will go back and do that. Absolutely. Okay, so I will redistribute that for the commissioners to review. Now we are skipping our many of our community. Oh, well, do we have Commissioner Representative Chang on with us this evening? Or anybody from his office? It does not look like we do. I
believe he emailed us a report after last week's debacle.
Okay.
Can I move that we incorporate his report into this meeting's minutes as at least a placeholder for him to invite him back another time?
Absolutely. So there's a motion on the floor to incorporate his update into the minutes. Is there a second?
I second it.
Seconded by Commissioner Swart. Is all those in favor? Please acknowledge. So 4 of 4 commissioners voting in favor of that. So we'll incorporate those into the minutes. Next on our agenda, we have creating a business-related residence a business retail residence network in Penn Quarter. We have Lourdes Tinjuro.
Tinajero.
Yep, thank you. Thank you. I knew I was going to do it terrible. Sorry.
Okay.
Is a Penn Quarter resident and a good advocate for our community. So thank you for being here and bringing this topic up.
No, thank you. And I thank you, Michael, and I thank all the commissioners for this opportunity to share some ideas and recommendations. Um, Well, certainly with the idea of network, I imagine that all of you commissioners and others right away think of the Penn Quarter Neighborhood Association, or PQNA, sometimes also called the association. And it was, and as far as I know, I mean, it is a network organization that still exists in one format or another. Uh, Joanne Newhouse was the executive director, and as I understand it right now, still is. She did a fantastic job in in serving as the executive director, bringing together literally hundreds, if not well over 1,000 people together. And I remember from, oh gosh, maybe 12, 14 years ago, starting to attend those neighborhood association breakfast meetings that were hosted at different restaurants or different law firms or other businesses in the Penn Quarter area. They were all fantastic. They all had a unique agenda. And the whole idea, as I would say, probably all of you commissioners and others know, was to bring together residents with businesses, whether large or small or medium size, along with cultural institutions in the area, with public sector organizations, with nonprofit organizations, and each one of those neighborhood association breakfasts was very, I'm going to say, just it was they were all vibrant. So I have a tremendous amount of respect for Joanne and for what that organization was doing. And I would say really up to COVID, when, as you know, as we all know, COVID hit very hard. It hit in so many different ways. It had a direct impact on so many efforts, including the neighborhood association. So of course, it was during that time when the organization could no longer host these breakfasts. Um, I um, I I have talked with different people just very informally in the last several months, and these are individuals who live in the area or who have businesses, and who had the kind of question that I had, and which is, is the neighborhood association going to continue? Will it host the breakfast meetings and do other things as it had before?
Mhm.
And very frankly, I don't know the answer to that. But as I was talking with some residents and again, some other people in the business sector, um, including some people who are neighbors of mine here in the area, uh, there really appears to be an interest in either what I'll call, for lack of a better word, the relaunching of the Penn Quarter Neighborhood Association. Is that something that is going to be done? Um, if I know with nonprofit organizations, there needs to be an adherence to the state, in our case, DC government, in the area of the DC government that takes care of nonprofit organizations of various types, meaning take care that they have to go through the formal process of having those in organizations um, certified, so to speak, with DC government. And of course, when you have a nonprofit organization, you also have to have an IRS accreditation of some, of some sort. So that is also a very important legal requirement of and process for nonprofit organizations. Now, I understand that the Penn Quarter Neighborhood Association was or is a 501c6 organization, which is different from what most nonprofits are as a 501c3. But I mention this because these are important considerations. If there is interest with a larger number of people, with the commissioners, with others who are part of this area of the ANC C2 group, and so some of those considerations are, again, Penn Quarter Neighborhood Association, if it is an active organization at this point, is that something that could be relaunched? If not, is there interest in creating a new type of network? And just for context purposes, I did a little bit of research on the internet and learned that that there are well over 162 neighborhood and tenant organizations. Now, tenant organizations are not the same as neighborhood associations. DC, the District of Columbia does have several neighborhood associations that you could say pretty much serve or served as did the Penn Quarter Neighborhood Association has done. Aside from that, I know some of us, we're thinking of downtown bid. And of course, that's not a neighborhood association, but I bring this up because for me, it was interesting to find out that DC has 12 bids, and downtown bid is one of them. So I think that's important. Certainly, if there's going to be a relaunching or the start of a new network, then Downtown Bid would be one of those organizations that I trust this new effort would want to engage with. Now, in terms of like the steps, what are some things that I recommend be considered? Um, if there's interest of the commissioners and others to look into this, then it would be a matter of seeing if the Penn Quarter Neighborhood Association is active at this point, if it's technically an organization that could be relaunched in terms of relaunching the events. Another thing is, certainly we know that COVID had a huge impact on the way that business gets done. So whether it's the relaunching or starting of a new network, what would that network be? What would be its mission? Would it be this? Would it be the same basically, or different from what this area has experienced? Um, would the format be Penn Quarter Neighborhood or Network Breakfast? Would it be something else? Would there be a certain role that would be virtual? And I think another thing that's something that would be of importance to the ANC commissioners here is how could that network possibly be used as a ANC 2C tool of communications, both flow in and flow out? So that's something that I think would be worthy of consideration. Um, if this is something that, where there's enough interest, to kind of, push this forward to a stage of possible development, then I would say it would be it would be important for the ANC commissioners to convene a brainstorming session. And this would be open, people who are interested in this, just coming together to brainstorm what what this network would be. And I know that one of that someone who was yeah, I think Mark is Otto is on this call. Yes, he is. I always think of Mark as being Penn Quarter neighborhood extraordinaire because he's a super bright person and very caring. and great values and great experience professionally and in the community. And have just learned in the last couple of weeks that that he served or serves on the board of the Penn Quarter Neighborhood Association. So he has layers of experience and awareness that, frankly, I don't have, and probably many of us don't have. Um, but Mark may have something to share with us here at this meeting, but I just want to push forward just a couple of other things, and that is that if there is a brainstorming session, then it would be, I anticipate that it would be the commissioners who would convene the meeting, and that the commissioners would want to identify a facilitator, someone who's experienced in facilitating brainstorming sessions, and that person, and I have to say, it wouldn't be me, but but a person would um, who would who would plan the facilitation and provide develop a summary and a list of recommendations for the commissioners and for others to consider. Um, how again, what would that network be? What is the mission? What is it? Again, similar, different from the neighborhood association that has been active, and how do given that there are changes, but how do businesses, again, including the very large ones, notable ones of the law firms, to smaller size businesses, but businesses with different missions, different purposes, different clientele, different customers. What is it that's of most interest? What would be most beneficial in further developing the Penn Quarter area? And and uh, and I would say that after that, that after the brainstorming session, if there is interest in moving it forward, then as I see it, the brainstorming phase would then go into that of an exploratory purpose, a mission, and that would be a kind of exploratory task force that would look into much more of the details of how this would work. And then if that pushes forward, and if there really is interest in moving this forward, then I would say it's a matter of, and I would think, it would be the commissioners to say, okay, there's interest, and either if it's within the confines of the commissioners, or either doing this or being a lead in bringing people together to go into moving it from the exploratory phase into the actual implementation. Obviously, there's a lot of things that would need to happen in between there. But those are my recommendations. And again, I'd be, I have an interest in providing input, though I would not be a person who would be facilitating the session. But I think this is something for thought.
Yes. Thank you so much for bringing this forward. I know that for those of you, I don't know if commissioners, if you had participated ever with the Penn Quarter Neighborhood Association, but they used to do breakfasts all the time, and they would have speakers come in from various government organizations or civic groups talking about the impacts on our community, and being able to address some of the challenges and discuss some of the challenges that we were experiencing as a group as well. I think we have Mark, your hand is up.
Yeah. Hi, Michael.
Hey,
Hi,
how are
Lourdes.
you?
Good. I'll just say a few things or keep it brief. But yeah, the PQ, I've lived downtown for 20 years, and the PQ&A was an integral part of connecting with neighbors and businesses when it was in operation. And so it was very helpful for the community that it served. The other thing I'll mention is that its mission is distinct from from the bid. The bid has, serves commercial interests mostly. They have the legal authority to tax businesses, so that's how they earn. That's how they get their budget. A few condos participate and voluntarily pay into the bid, but the PQ&A is more resident oriented and can speak to residents' concerns, which don't always align with business concerns. And so for that reason, it was very, very helpful. The other thing I'll mention, one last thing, there was a shorter-lived downtown neighborhood association as well. The president of the Cosmopolitan condo, his name is Miles Grove. He's passed away, but he was the one who pushed that initiative forward. They incorporated, I don't think it was a 501c6, I don't recall, but that had a lifespan too. And it was more focused on quality of life issues, advocating in front of the council, DC Council, et cetera. So, but I think it'd be great to have this association come back.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I completely agree with both of your discussions and suggestions, because this was a very vital role, and as you said, it is distinct from the bid, the role of the bid, which does not necessarily have residents at its core function. Commissioners, thoughts or concerns, or Commissioner Swart?
I think it's a very good idea, and I'm just left wondering, because when I saw this on the agenda, I did look it up, and there is information related to it online, but just no activity, it looks like. From listening to you, for how many years now would you say there's been no activity?
I would say, and Mark maybe had better information, but I would say basically 5, when COVID hit, that's when, organizations could not pull together people for an event.
Yeah, I agree. It was since COVID, basically.
And Mark, are you still a board member, or you served as a board member?
No, I served. My term ended. But I did serve for, I think, 6 years, maybe.
Okay. Got it. And I'm not aware of who is on the board anymore. I do still have contact with Joanne Newhouse, that I'm happy to reach back out to and see what the status is of that, and how we could potentially revitalize that group. Commissioner Thomas, you had your hand up as well.
No, yeah, I'd be happy to. I attended the meetings, and I'd be happy to participate in these meetings again. I think what what Lourdes and Mark have said are absolutely correct. I mean, these are amazing meetings. I was always amazed at how many people came out to them, and I think since these meetings have stopped, a lot of people have come up and asked me about whether whether these meetings will restart again. So I'd be happy to help in any of these efforts. I do think we should definitely reach out to Joanne. I did speak to her as well. I know she's interested, but at the same time, I'm not sure she has the bandwidth and the energy to carry this again. So I think there is a need for some new blood. But I think she'd be happy to participate, and be happy to see that this endeavor of hers that she started continue.
Got it. Terrific. I'd like to move that.
I just had a question about, does anybody know where the records are? And certainly, if the neighborhood association already had a C6 designation and status with the city and everything else, even if it's dormant, even if you owe back reports or 990s or whatever, that's still a million times easier than starting from scratch. to do
Yes.
either a C3 or C4. So as you reach out to people, find out who has the box. There's probably some banker's boxes in somebody's basement or attic or back closet. To know where and how to get it re-energized. This is awesome.
It's great.
Mhm.
I think that we should, I agree. I think that we should form a committee or a task force regarding this, and that we could, I'm just thinking out loud, we could put an email out to our listserv as a starting point, asking for individuals to come together to start this discussion. But I think Lourdes, I liked your plan of doing a larger facilitated brainstorm with residents, and then moving that to the next level. So I think there's some information gathering that we have to do in this process, but I'd be, I think it would be very valuable. I like to move that the ANC form I'm going to call it a committee to explore the reinitiation of the Penn Quarter Neighborhood Association, or some neighborhood association that would serve Chinatown, downtown, Soma areas.
I second.
Seconded by Commissioner Lee. All those in favor? There are four commissioners voting in favor of that. So why don't, are there people?
Point of clarification, if the Penn Quarter Neighborhood Association has bylaws and documents that focus it on Penn Quarter, would it then not be necessarily open or inclusive of Chinatown or Soma or other parts of downtown?
I don't know that.
Okay.
Yes.
I just your motion and mentioned the other neighborhoods as well. So
Yes.
to be determined, scope to be determined.
Scope to be determined, yeah. Are there any individuals who are on this evening that would be interested in serving on such a committee?
I'd be happy to participate.
Okay. Lourdes, that's
Thomas has his hand up.
got it.
Yes. Mark.
Got it.
Yeah, I'd be happy to participate also.
Great. Awesome. Anyone else? You can always put it in the chat. I will send an email out to the listserv asking if there are volunteers that would be willing to join us to discuss this. And Lourdes, you mentioned some business folks that you had communicated with, or some of your neighbors. If they are not on our listserv, maybe you could forward this to them, and we could start this process.
Okay, happy to do that.
And Mark, you as well, or anybody else who gets this. So awesome.
I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
Do we know what the boundaries and the lines drawn last time were for the entity, the group who did this? We have any idea?
Mark, do you have an old map?
It was pretty broad. I'd have to check my email, but I mean, it was, businesses from Chinatown were welcome to present.
Okay.
It wasn't so tightly drawn that it was just Penn Quarter.
All right.
Got it.
And I don't think City Center had just barely came into existence.
Yeah.
right when COVID started.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for bringing this topic forward. I think it's a really important topic. And we will move forward with putting this together. And I will also reach out to Joanne Newhouse to see if we can find some additional information about what's happening.
Great.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So much. We appreciate you being here.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Next on our agenda this evening, we do have Commissioner Groth wanted to provide an update on the Chinatown revitalization effort and the successor to the mayor's task force that was formed about 18 months ago, 24 months ago in that process. So Commissioner Groth?
I just this just sort of was an idea of mine. In July, there was an article in the Washington Business Journal, which I forwarded to my fellow commissioners, talking about now that the task force had finished its work and did its final report, and we were all there for that event, that the successor to that is being headed by Winston Lord and Chef Ma, who has Lucky Danger and several other restaurants within the area. And council has provided some funding, and there's matching private funding for that effort. It's not a huge amount of money. It's certainly not the 8 big ideas worth. It's like $250,000 of city money and matching private money. But the 8 big ideas, there's funding for some of them and not for others. At any rate, it just occurred to me that as a commission that we should have some kind of communication liaison relationship with the revitalization effort, so that they know that we exist and so that we can represent our various constituencies, including like Wall Luck House and others living within the area. So I just wanted us to have some kind of a seat at the table to report back on a regular basis as to what's happening in the 8 big ideas.
Absolutely. And this is the current boundary for the 8 great ideas, where they were, what ANCs cover those particular areas. And I think I agree with you, Commissioner. I think that we need to have representation engaged in that group. I cannot do meetings during the day typically. So I'm happy to participate in evenings and things like that. But I would encourage if other commissioners are able to participate in those meetings when they're scheduled. I have not heard of a meeting being scheduled yet.
Well, we're not even in the loop to know what they're doing. So I thought as a commission, somehow we could reach out to get into into communication.
Right.
What that looks like. I have no attachment to what that looks like or who does it. I threw in my email that I'm not one of those people that comes up with great ideas for other people to do the work of.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to back it up, but I'm not at all attached to this. I as a commission, I would like us to make sure that Wall Luck House is represented in the Save Chinatown Solidarity Network, as well as the residences at Gallery Place, obviously, and the other parts of Penn Quarter and Chinatown and downtown that are within the 8 big ideas that will be directly impacted by the 8 big ideas, obviously.
Got it.
Well, if I could just say myself related to this, I do have the time, effort, and energy to put into this. I think it's so important
Yes.
within our ANC to get this accomplished. When you take a look at some of the things that have been proposed for our area over the years, and to see them just fall from grace in a way. I just think this is one that's really, really important. And there's a lot of good ideas that have been submitted by people within our ANC. And I would certainly like to continue that, and do have
My suggestion, Commissioner Swart, would you be willing to draft a letter on behalf of ANC 2C, the commission, all of us, addressed to Mr. Lord and Mr. Ma as the co-leaders of this revitalization effort, to establish a relationship, however you want to frame it, that's fine with me.
yeah, and I've thought about that, and I can certainly do that, but I would also bring other entities into play who have done a variety of things already, and we know them and have met them.
Yes.
And to say that we should have them involved is, I think, goes without saying. So yes, I would do that.
That would be great.
So would that be a good first step to have a letter that we all sign on to, or whatever, that Michael
Yes.
signs as chair or whatever, to get the ball rolling, to stick our foot in the door, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. I would move that we appoint Commissioner Swart to write that letter and send it on our behalf, so that we can get engaged in the communications.
And Thomas, what do you think?
Sounds great. I'd be happy to help you, Jim. Since I do have some connections with the
Yes.
local community, Chinatown community,
Mhm.
and a lot of some of the ideas do fall within my especially my
Exactly.
district.
Yes, they did.
Okay. So I have a motion on the floor for Commissioner Swart to move forward with that and send a letter on behalf of the ANC. Is there a second?
Second,
Seconded by Commissioner Groff. All those in favor? So 4 commissioners voting in favor of that. So thank you, Commissioner Groff. If you need help with that, just Commissioner Swart. If you need help with that, I swear I will get it right tonight.
Or you don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm very flexible when it comes to my name.
there's a comment in the chat by Ingrid. Could someone, Ingrid, could you reach out to one of us who could send you the article that I cited? If you send it to me, I'll send you the article, but also links to stuff about the 8 big ideas from the former task force. She asks, what do we mean by revitalization? And 2C02 at anc.dc.gov. That's my email.
Awesome. Terrific. Thank you for that. Okay. Thanks for that. We do have one local event that impacts the community, and this was an event that I am almost positive that we heard earlier this year related to this. And this was the Marine Corps Marathon on October 25th and 26th.
Did anybody hear from them? Do we have Alan Aquino here?
I do not see that.
Does not look like it.
Since this is on a consent agenda, I would just like to move that we send another letter of support for this event, just to move it forward. The Marine Corps Marathon is always really great organized event, and actually leaves the streets in better condition than what they were when they started.
Second.
Seconded. All those in favor? So 4 of 4 commissioners voting in favor of that. So I will just re-forward that letter, or I will send a new one for that. Okay. Next on our agenda, we have Lamita, which we are postponing and moving that to our September 9 agenda. But we do have Moxie Retailers Class C Restaurant. And this is at 1111 20th Street Northwest. This is Abra 12333. I mean, sorry, Abra 133329. And I think we have Manila on with us this evening.
Hi, good evening, commissioners. This is Manal Mahmood with Malleus O'Brien Sandground. Thank you so much for having us tonight. So Moxie's is going to be, it's the upscale casual restaurant. It started in Canada, but they've since been opening around the United States. And this is the corner of 20th and L Northwest. And as you can see, our hours requested are every day, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. There was one point of clarification that at the time of the application, we thought the outdoors was going to be on private property. It's actually going to be public. So we're working on the sidewalk cafe, and the number of seats is actually going to be closer to 38 seats. Other than that, the indoor capacity is correct at 250 inside, and happy to address any questions or concerns.
And you would bring, correct me, but with the sidewalk cafe, would that come back to the ANC?
Absolutely, exactly. So we haven't even submitted that public space permit yet.
Yeah.
But when we do, we would come independently as the public space committee in front of the ANC for that request.
Got it. But the APCA license that is submitted does include the sidewalk cafe.
Exactly. Right now it's as a summer garden, but we have to amend that as a sidewalk cafe. But that will not be, it won't become part of the ABC license until we have that public permit in hand.
I gotcha.
Yep.
Perfect.
So this is in my SMD. It's at the base of the L apartment building. That's one of my 10 conversions in my district. Count them 10. And it's gorgeous and wonderful. It's where the old Peace Corps headquarters used to be at 20th and L. And so this is like 8,000 square feet of Canadian deliciousness. I am very excited to have this at that part of our neighborhood, which is really kind of a very officey, for people who need a treat after being at the MedStar outpatient surgery or whatever. This is going to be awesome. So
absolutely
awesome. That sounds fantastic. Are they doing any kind, since this is in one of those, it's in one of the conversion buildings, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Are they ground floor? Are they doing anything with sound mitigation between the restaurant and the?
I'm not sure, Commissioner. I know that this isn't going to be a club of any sort. And so like the sound, even with our entertainment endorsement, that's, for the occasional DJ who's just there for the diners. But I don't think that this is one of those loud restaurants as is. But I'm not sure if they're doing anything particular with the sound mitigation, but I can absolutely get in touch with the contractor and let you know.
I've been over there and met the leasing office people. The building is 85% leased already, which astounds me. But nobody's moved in yet. So they didn't say so out loud, but my guess is that these are going to be Georgetown and GW students renting these apartments. So the noise may not be particularly bothersome. That would be my guess.
Okay.
I was wondering, is there music outdoors as well?
The entertainment endorsement is actually just limited to the indoors portion.
There's no other residential anywhere close to this neighborhood. It's all office buildings and medical buildings.
Is
Right.
there a motion that we want to put on the floor?
I move that we write a letter of support for this ABRA license 133329 for Moxie's for a Class C restaurant.
Is there a second?
I second.
Seconded by Commissioner Lee. All those in favor? So 4 of 4 commissioners voting in favor of that. All right. You don't need a stipulated license, do you?
No, we're hoping to open by late fall.
Okay, got it.
Oh.
We'll get this off to APCA.
Thank
Oh,
you so
Manel,
much,
before you-
commissioners.
Oh, sorry, there's a
Manel-
question.
Yeah,
Oh,
before
yep.
you sign off, there was another Canadian restaurant chain that was going to be open up in DC, Little Miss Licklemore's or something like that. Have they opened yet?
They haven't opened yet. They're also still just, finishing up the construction. It's going
Okay.
slightly slower than, they were anticipating, but still definitely in the works, Commissioner.
Okay, do let us know if we can help in any way. But I don't want.
Very much appreciated.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Commissioners, I have next on our agenda is related to the Moxie Hotel on K Street, 1011 K Street. Matt Minora, representing that establishment, did email, and he is not able to be here this evening. As you recall, the ANC moved to send a protest letter related to the ABRA 119964, which is Alice RE Holdings LLC, the trade name the Moxie Hotel, due to noise and complaints from area residents. What we learned through that process is that the rooftop, which is where the sound is coming from that's impacting these residents, is actually coming from a different APCA license. And this is ABRA 119917, which is Alice RE Holdings LLC, trade name Parlor Victoria Lucha Rosa, which is the restaurant that is both attached to the Moxie and somehow also on the roof of the Moxie. We're not sure how that's happened.
Right.
Yeah, that's one of my compelling questions. How is it possible that the, by the way, closed and padlocked ground floor corner restaurant is also the same liquor license as the rooftop DJ venue?
And I was certainly hoping that we would have an opportunity to ask the questions of the individual tonight.
Yes, of the
Because if you go into the Moxie Hotel in the waiting area, there's an entryway there to Parlor Victoria.
Right.
The counsel for this establishment did not know why that was done like this. APCA did not know why it was done like this either. I believe I copied you all on a letter that I sent around asking for feedback on this.
I sent you, did you get my response? I sent you
Yes,
a
yes,
my
yes,
usual barrage of questions.
yes, exactly. I appreciate those questions. So one of the things that we have to do is we have to, I believe, and in talking with the APCA or the ABRA folks in this case, have to withdraw our protest against the Moxie Hotel because it is a different entity in which the problem is coming from. And then we can work out the details of why this happened through a board request. But we can't hold the wrong, so to speak, individual or entity to blame in this case. And the reason that it was clear on the license for the Parlor Victoria that they had the rooftop summer garden, and the Moxie Hotel had the sidewalk cafe, which are different. Yes, this is where we are with this.
So we don't lose any leverage by withdrawing yeah, we can't hold. But the frustration to me is that they're both owned by the exact same LLC.
Yes, yes, you are
It's not
correct.
like it's a different entity. It's the same entity holding two different liquor licenses.
Yes. Yes. But they are considered distinct.
Yeah, okay.
Like distinct people, like we were holding the wrong person accountable for something.
Yeah, somebody's evil twin.
Yeah, someone's evil twin. Yes, exactly. So I would, I just want to clear this with you all, that I think that the best approach moving forward is to withdraw the protest, to work with the council and Parlor Victoria's LLC to put together a revised community agreement, which would take us to engage 1010 Mass Ave because they have an existing agreement in place with them. So
I thought that was with the Moxie Hotel, though. You're saying that the community agreement is with the other liquor license.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
And that was
Okay.
something I sent to you.
yes,
Yes,
It's several years
I
old,
remember
yeah.
that. Thank you.
yes,
So potentially we could get 1050K into a similar agreement or joining the same agreement or some.
yes, yes. But we'd have to both the community agreement both acknowledges both liquor license.
Okay.
So they're both are referenced in the agreement with 1010 Mass Ave. So I would
can we also somehow get Abra Council into this, because I'm just wondering, as a practical matter, how do they buy liquor, under which license, and how are they serving liquor under which license? How do they have like two kosher kitchens that they keep them separate? I'm flummoxed because it's the same LLC that owns everything.
Yes.
And is represented by the same attorney.
Yeah, I don't know that. Yes, but I've reached out to legal counsel at
Mhm.
APCA,
Okay, thank you. Thank
asking
you.
a couple of these questions and saying, what do we do with this? So, all
I think
right,
it would be very nice if they would clarify themselves with APCA, because they're the ones that are issuing these licenses without any kind of, seems to me, without any kind of putting the pieces together.
yes. And it's also very confusing because the placard for
Mm,
Parkland Victoria is not on the Moxie Hotel,
Correct.
right.
And
which
it's in a padlocked area that is not open to anybody from the public.
right, right. So I would like to move that we withdraw, well, I would like to move that we reluctantly withdraw our protest against Abra 119964, the Moxie Hotel, and we work with the establishment of Abra 119917 Parlor Victoria to revise a settlement agreement and address the issue.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Groff. All those in favor, could you raise your hand? So 4 of 4 commissioners voting in favor of that. So I will send that letter off to withdraw that protest reluctantly.
And with great annoyance.
And with great annoyance, yes, exactly. Okay, planning, zoning, environment, and historic preservation. I believe that we are delaying the Greyhound bus terminal. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
That is,
They said they wanted October or November.
yes. So I think I took that off the original agenda that we sent around. I'm sorry if I did not.
Yes, we did.
Do we have representatives from 608, 624 I Street Northwest, the I Street Residential, project number 321952? Do we have AJ on with us?
That's not on the agenda that got posted.
Oh, hold on. Stand by, I'm sorry. Let me go back to my agenda. I'm sorry. Oh, no, I do not have that on the agenda. I'm sorry. Never mind. Okay, we will move forward with other business. And are we ready for the treasurer's report?
Yes, we are. As of last month, we had a starting balance of $68,151.71. I've written 2 checks which require your signature, Michael. One is for Minute Services for their most recent invoice of $375. And there's another invoice of $760 for TransPerfect, who translated for us in June at the Martin Luther King Library. That $760 will be reimbursed to us by the Mayor's Office of Language Assistance. So we'll get a check from them once I submit this paid invoice to them for reimbursement. Anyway, that aside,
Deputy Mayor Albert was embarrassed that we did that. So as well, they should be. They should have done this in the first place. So.
Oh no, they actually reached out to us to do it. So
okay.
Yeah, they reached out. They asked us if we could, anyway.
So take care of it. Thank you.
Yes, so we have a expense of $1,135 this month, and that will bring our ending balance to $67,016.71, and that is the this month's treasurer's report. And then we also need to discuss the budget as well. So
great. we filed the FY quarter three
Yes,
report.
we,
Yes,
we
okay.
signed and we even signed and filed the quarter three.
Got it. Okay, terrific. Any questions on the treasurer's report? I have expenses that I have to get to you,
Okay.
Thomas. I have the website address, website hosting, and I have the mailbox
Okay.
for you. Those
Okay.
are two that I can think of, but I can't give them to you until we do the check thing because I can't sign my own check.
Right. So why don't you send me those invoices? I'll write the checks and I'll swing by your place tonight, and then we can sign it. We can sign the checks and mail it off.
Got it. But I can't
And I'll
sign
give you
mine.
your
We need to go to the bank and get more of us as signers before to have somebody else to sign Michael's check, right?
Yes.
Was it,
Because
I can't write a check to you and you can't sign it because you're the recipient?
yes,
Correct.
Oh, so then who can sign under my
we can't have anybody sign it yet.
Oh,
Because
I
we
see.
have to wait. So that's fine. That's fine. Not a problem. We can get it done.
And
Okay.
hopefully we'll get this all signed by all of us sometime next week.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
all the more incentive to get our little tushies over to the bank.
Yes. And
Mhm.
we just have to make sure that we do it before the budget period ends on September 30th. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, the budget. Would you
Yeah,
like
can I share my screen with everybody?
you may.
Okay. All right, let me see if I can do that. Share screen. Wait, share screen. I need to, okay, there you go. Share layout, share. Okay, there you go. Okay. Can you see that?
No.
There we go.
Mhm.
Yay.
Okay, great. So basically, so we have the column D shows the fiscal year 2025 approved, and the actual expenditure so far has been the fiscal year is in column J. We did not spend any money on the allocation of personnel. So basically, we are about 8,000 short of what we projected what we might spend between what we projected last year and what we've actually spent so far. And the main discrepancy of the $8,000 was the lion's share was the fact that we didn't hire the personnel to help us with our clerical work that we had planned. We did, let's see, and then there were some other miscellaneous expenses that we did not spend any fees on, which basically added up to like the remaining $3,000. We did last year was the first year that I know of that we actually gave out grants, and we allocated $5,000, and of which we spent about $4,300 with about $671 remaining. And so that was the major difference last year compared to previous years. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So for fiscal year 2026, the main thing that and I give credit to Nancy for suggesting this is that since we have so much money just sitting in the bank, we should try to put that in a high yield savings account. Perhaps, and the Office of OANC suggested a money market account. So when we go to the bank, the PNC Bank in the near future, we can ask them what interest we could get for this chunk of for this amount that we have sitting. and Nancy suggested that we allocate 30,000 of the $60,000 and change. I suggest maybe we allocate a little more since it's just sitting there otherwise, and we've already and there's a lot sitting in our bank doing nothing while we have other things. Well, we already have plenty of funds that we're going to be allocating to for our operating expenses. I looked very briefly and I saw that we could get upwards of 5%, perhaps. And so if that's the case, then I think that's why I suggested that we go with perhaps the $40,000 instead of the $30,000 that Nancy has suggested. At 5%, we could earn an extra $2,000 in interest to help with our future budgets, which is basically the equivalent of an allocation from the city. So we get an extra payment. What I'm suggesting is that we keep the $5,000 that we allocated last year for the personnel. Hopefully we'll find someone this year. We put $100 for direct office expenses, $200 for communications, and that would go towards giving Nancy a license to the PDF filler software, which is, I believe, $180. She can, as secretary, she can use the software to manipulate documents and then send them out for our e-signatures. For us to sign documents that she sends to us, we don't need a license. And then the remaining funds, the remaining $20 could be used for stamps and other miscellaneous office expenses, communications expenses. We put down $200 for office supply. Maybe that could be used. That could be used by our personnel that we're hiring. We put down $300 last year, and we did not spend any of that. But the $200 could be perhaps used by the individual that we hire. The second largest line item suggestion that we put forward in this budget is $10,000 in grants. In the future we could bring this back down a little, but the $10,000, I recommend that we give Thompson parent teacher organization $5,000 again this year. They have to apply to us as well, but we should allocate the money for them in knowing that they're going to apply, and they use that to support their international baccalaureate program, and to bring a lot of their grade 5 students out on some educational field trips. The other $5,000. I know that the Save Chinatown network, who's done a lot of work advocating for the local residents in our Chinatown community. It's a network of about 50 or so individuals with a core group of 5 or so. And they've been, very active in organizing and bringing awareness to their concerns. And so I think having them allocating a few $1,000s to them, and they'll come to us with a proposal of how they're going to spend the money. It could be a good use of all of these funds that we have sitting in our bank account. And then we did have a local artist, Shani, and she reached out saying that asking for about perhaps 2,000 or so from our budget. And she's a local artist. She's the one that created the mural along H Street, which is being covered up by the construction now. But perhaps we could have her create, use art to help revitalize and bring some color to a lot of the blank the walls that we see in our neighborhood.
And she also mentioned something about art classes, I think, at Wall Luck House. that she needs supplies for. She does art instruction within the community. So
Okay, good. And then the number 7, the PO services, that is basically for our minute taker. Sorry, for minute services. They're the organization that the company that we send our recordings to, and then they transcribe our meetings into our monthly minutes. Their invoice runs about $375 per ANC meeting, and so that comes up. So minus the transfer, 40,000. We're going to be the budget for next year will be $20,600. And then once we include the transfer to savings, that'll bring us a total disbursement of $60,600. But that still leaves us with close to $14,000 in the bank, plus the quarterly disbursements from the city. So I think I think this is an approach that we could discuss. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
yeah, I have a couple questions. If we're putting that much in savings, then your interest receipts gets to go up.
That's right. So
like-
this would go up to like perhaps $2,000.
$2,000.
Right.
Michael, did you ever get reimbursed for doing our business cards and stuff?
No, that's the other expense. No.
So I don't know where that goes, whether that's an office supply.
That would be, I believe that comes under direct,
Office.
I believe that comes under direct office.
Okay.
But we also have,
Number 4.
yeah,
And the website.
yeah, the website, it runs about $300 a month and $300 a year, excuse me. And
Okay.
The mailbox is also about $300 per year.
Okay.
So we need to incorporate those back in there, and those, I guess I would put those under direct office expenses.
Okay. So direct. So what's the grand total of that, Michael? 800. Is that right? I need to add $600 to this. So $300 for the mailbox, $300 for the website.
I would
And
put
then-
the website under communications.
Okay, so that makes 400. So 500.
Like, yeah, 500.
Okay.
And the business cards were about $100.
Okay, and that is also under that's under office supply.
Yeah, you could put it under office supply, sure.
Okay, business cards.
But we also have the mailbox, which is a direct office, I believe. And that
It's direct office. Okay.
That's-
Okay.
And that's $300, you said?
yes, that's I think that's why I had the $300 there,
Okay, I'll just put $300 over here.
I believe.
Right.
That's where
And
it
then
goes.
website PDF.
Under grants, I've just been sort of following the emails that have been coming in. Thompson was going to ask for more money to be able to do teacher appreciation, like teacher of the month kinds of things.
Okay.
That would bring we don't have to give everything they ask for, certainly.
Right.
I'm just trying to
Right,
kind
right.
of keep a running total in my head.
Okay.
We can
And
always.
we have certainly talked about an upgrade in some of our equipment that we use
Yes,
in terms of speakers and
the
the whole
Office of
9 yards of the
ANCs,
audio visual stuff that we
Yeah.
have.
we need to interact with the Office of ANCs because they have funding for the equipment. We just need to participate in their process, which we have not yet successfully done.
And I do have a question. Where do we stand in terms of other ANCs in terms of the uh, money that's given us every year?
There's a formula by SMD
Right.
so that the allotment that we get
Yeah,
is
ours is pretty low.
Yes.
because
Yeah.
we only have four
Yeah,
SMDs.
sure.
It's literally a set dollar amount by
Right.
SMD.
And ours is based upon voters in the area. Is that
Yes, after the 2020 census, there was a redistricting
right?
of all
Yeah.
of Ward 2. And my SMD got moved from Logan I was told that Penn Quarter Chinatown wanted to grow from 3 to 4, partly for budget
Mhm.
reasons, to get
Oh,
above
yeah.
the allotment.
All the
That
more
wasn't-
reason, I would say.
That wasn't for budget reasons.
No, it wasn't. But all the
It was
more
to have more
reason.
oars in the boat, I'm guessing also.
Yes, there's
Right.
more oars in the boat.
Yeah, but all the
Yes.
more reason to convert empty office buildings to residential.
Yes, absolutely.
So
I think my SMD is actually way better placed where we are now because we're such a commercial area that's really
Mhm.
different than the whole Logan commission.
yes.
Right.
So plus there's so many commissioners there. I don't think I would have run if I had to do it in Logan. So
How many commissioners do they have, Nancy?
they have like 9 or 10. And
What?
DuPont has like 10 or 11.
Oh my God. How
Foggy
long are their
Bottom,
meetings?
Foggy Bottom has 9 but 4 empty spots. Foggy Bottom started the year with only 3. They couldn't form a quorum.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to move forward. We could talk
Yeah.
about this offline if you don't mind. So we are basically are it, I can't tell. We're not operating in the red here.
No,
Right.
we're not.
We
We're
are
not.
we are spending down the carry forward somewhat in the grants.
Yes.
Right.
If
Yeah,
we
we're not operating.
if we award all the grants.
If we award all the grants, we will
Right.
be, yeah, but we have years and years worth in the bank.
Mhm.
It should be in the community. So I'm
Mhm.
totally for putting out more grants for things that make sense
Hmm. Yeah.
that
Right.
will empower, the whole wider neighborhood.
Yes.
Hmm.
And yes, okay. I think this budget looks good for an initial budget. We can always revise the budget. I
Mhm.
do have a question. The Office of ANC indicated that we were allowed to have a savings account or an interest-bearing account.
Yes, they said that we're not allowed to hold a certificate of deposit, that their lawyers determined that to be an investment, which is not appropriate with public funds to invest
Right.
public funds. But a money market account is acceptable.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Mhm.
Okay,
Very
So
interesting.
while we're at the bank,
we can ask.
we
Yes,
can ask, we can open an account.
awesome.
Mhm.
I would like to move that we approve the FY26 budget as amended.
I second that.
Seconded by Commissioner Swart. All those in favor? So four commissioners voting in favor of that.
Mhm.
Yay!
Yay! And I want us to be early for once, turning something into the OANC. Woohoo!
Yes, yay, that's great. Thank you. Thomas, can you stop sharing for me?
Sure.
And I will just pull up the the next item is the resolution discussion. And I want to let me find this. I'm sorry. I want to
The Word document.
Yeah, hold on. I want to just acknowledge, and acknowledge Commissioner Swart's objection.
Roth. Oh, Swart.
Yes. I'm confused enough.
We resemble.
You resemble each other. No, I'm kidding.
No, there was a Commissioner Schwartz. Becky, what was your last name? Becky Strauss. Never mind.
Yes, most.
But we digress.
Yeah, we digress. I'm sorry. Let me just pull this up. I'm sorry, so that we have this in front of us, because we did at one of our last meetings put forward an agenda related to, an item related to the review of documents. I understand that this is a time kind of sensitive document. Nancy, I'm looking for that document. You sent that, review. Hold on, Wendy's agenda. I'm sorry. I am trying to I got it. I'm sorry. I have it now. Forgive me. Okay. So the resolution that we approved provided a time frame for presentation of these. Did we lose Commissioner Groth? I think we lost.
I guess so.
Was put forth a time frame that these were to be distributed, and I think that Commissioner Swart, I believe I heard your objection was related to the fact that there was not this was not on the agenda to discuss this evening. Is that your objection?
It is, because we went to great lengths to determine when something could be on and not on. We went to great lengths to pass that. And this was something that we've had none really discussion on. And we have developed a way to do that, which would be to call a special session, give people a length of time to read it, understand it, and be able to comment on it. Not us necessarily, but others as well.
Right.
And that's the important thing here, to take this sort of an issue, which obviously is very important, that entities have had their regular discussions over and didn't push this through anxiously, and basically know and understand where the people in their ANC stand on this sort of thing. And I'm looking here at our attendees. I see a few names that I recognize, one or two, and yet we're going to make a resolution or vote on a resolution that individuals within our ANC, ourselves, our four of us, can individually sign up to, and not make it an ANC-wide situation. I would love to know what the mayor might think. I would love to know what Brooke Pinto and others are thinking on this particular thing, and how our joining other another ANC or two in this, how that's going to benefit everyone within ANC 2C.
Mhm.
And that's why I think the input is necessary. This is a big, major undertaking. And I would like to know from our perspectives what the voters in our areas think about this, because we are rushing it in. We're not giving any information to anyone until now. I just don't think that's correct, the correct way to do it.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that response. Commissioner Groff.
I apologize. My internet literally dropped a minute ago. Oh joy. I do apologize for the late notice. I literally sent it to my fellow commissioners within an hour of it coming out of the ANC Home Rule Caucus. It's not one or two commissions that are going to pass this resolution or something close to it. There are 75 commissioners from all over all eight wards who have signed on to the Home Rule Caucus sign-on letter. And looking through the
And they have done that individually.
we have done that individually. But of those
Yes.
75 commissioners, very few of them are from the same commission. So
Mhm.
I would bet that at least that dozens of commissions will be taking up this model resolution and perhaps tweaking it or not. I'm completely amenable to a special meeting. I did text Michael asking whether I should just, how do we proceed with this? And he said to go ahead.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And send it so that we could at least take the first shot at figuring out how to even deal with this. But this is a very fast moving set of events. This is not a question at this level of necessarily coordinating with the mayor's office or the council member's office. This is at the commission level. We have our own separate responsibility within the democracy of the District of Columbia to opine on behalf of our constituents. And I'm certainly quite happy to get some more time if we're willing to have a special meeting. But waiting till September 9th, we may as well just drop it. It will be irrelevant by September 9th. They're asking for it by September 5th.
But there's no one saying we have to wait that long. If you desire to sign up for this, you may. If I desire to sign up for this, I may.
They're separately power in having commissions.
But that's the way it's being signed now.
There's two separate things. There's a sign-on letter which will be used in lobbying on the Hill to fight this. And they're also asking for commissions to adopt resolutions so that they will walk in with a bundle of commissions having opined for home rule in the District of Columbia. So I think our choices are drop it or call a special meeting. I do
And so
apologize.
do our local constituents, I see a note here, are the local constituents voting too? Or
No,
is it just us?
it is us. We are the representatives of the community.
In that case, I'd like to know
we
more
are
about
we
how
are
my-
one layer of how democracy works here.
Of course, but
And we would just
democracy
be speaking for our
works
own lane.
by involving people we represent.
Absolutely.
Yes. So what I would say in this situation, what I believe, and just this is just my thought process, that we have we have an objection to moving forward, that we need more time. I also hear that we may miss a potential deadline to this. I do not know how many ANCs are going to have meetings between now and September 9th. That would,
Yeah, the Home Rule Caucus is asking for it by September 5th because
right,
they're folding it into their lobbying effort on the Hill.
right.
So that's where they're trying to know how many arrows they have in their quiver by that point in time.
Got it. Got it.
They're asking, most commissions don't even meet in August at all.
Yes.
So I'm sure every other commissioner in this caucus is facing the same thing of, can we get a special meeting or
Yes.
not?
Yes. So I know that the individuals that I have heard from are angry at the situation at hand. That we have the whole situation in which we are that our home rule is being violated by this. So do we have a I guess, do we have a motion one way or the other on this?
I'll move to call a special meeting as close to August 28th as possible. If we send out 7-day legal notice tomorrow, that would be the soonest that we could call a special meeting.
I'm in favor of that.
Mhm.
For the sole purpose of considering this resolution.
Nancy, let me ask you a question. The lobbying will take place on September 5th. Like, what's the drop dead? What's the deadline again that they want us to have this done by?
They want us to have it done by September 5th so that they can then
Okay.
organize over that weekend to hit the ground on the Hill,
Okay.
whatever that is,
Okay.
the 8th of September.
Okay.
And who are they presenting this to on the Hill?
There's a whole lobbying strategy being built out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Friendly senators, for example.
Mm-hmm. And Nancy, your preference is the 28th versus September the 4th, correct?
We could do it Labor Day week if that. I just threw out the 28th because that's the earliest we could possibly do it. I have no attachment to a particular date.
Okay. I am not in favor of doing a special meeting.
Okay.
And the reason that I'm not in favor of that is because we consistently will have items like this that will come up, and they are really unrealistic deadlines
Yes.
that they impose on the ANC to try to meet. And like, if I get somebody like, what's the difference between this resolution and someone's liquor license, or something?
Right, because they need to open for business.
They need to open for business.
At their dispensary on K Street right now.
Yes, exactly. And I'm afraid that's a very slippery slope.
I would argue that this is a emergency of home rule proportions. But yes, your point is well taken.
So Nancy, correct me if I'm wrong. Did did you make a motion?
Yeah, I just threw out a motion for an August 28th special meeting, one item only.
Okay.
Is there a second on that?
I second that.
You would second that agenda, that item to hold a special meeting on
Yes.
on March 28th.
August 28th.
August 28th, I'm sorry, March. August 28th.
Thursday, yes.
To address this issue. And I promise I'll get the date right.
The day, yes, let's get the day and the date to
Day and the date to
each other.
correspond.
Yeah. You're either getting ahead of yourself or behind yourself.
Yeah.
Right, or
It's
you're
one
on
or
the
the
date
other.
line, the international date line.
The international date, yeah, I don't know which one. So we have a motion on the floor. It has been seconded. All those in favor of
Oh,
holding a special
Did
meeting?
we settle on what time on the on Thursday? 6 p.m.
Whatever works for you all.
Okay. All right.
I think it would have to be at 6 p.m.
Yeah, it'll just create another layer of confusion if we throw in a different time, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So but there's a motion on the floor. It has been seconded. All those in favor? So 3 of 3 commissioners voting in favor of that. Those who oppose? I
All
will,
right, Michael.
I will oppose that. No abstentions. There will be a special meeting that we will hold on August 28th,
Virtual only.
Thursday, virtual only, to address this resolution. And all the commissioners have the resolution.
Is it possible when you send it out to the listserv that you attach the Word document so that people can read what's at play, or is that not appropriate?
I don't know if I can do that, but I will try.
Okay, or cut and paste the
Otherwise-
text.
Yeah, we can paste the text. Yes, absolutely. I can paste the
People
text.
should see the text of what so that they have an opportunity to interact with it.
Okay, got it. Got it. Yeah, I can definitely paste the text. I don't know if I can attach a document, but
Okay.
I will see. Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
done.
Mhm.
Okay. I have no other items of business this evening. Any other items?
Oh, send me no other items, but send me your invoices so I can start writing checks, Michael.
Okay, got it.
Mhm.
And
Thomas, you're going to do a doodle. Everybody has what they promised,
Yeah.
right? To get us to the bank.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Beautiful.
Get us to the bank on time.
yeah, I was going to say that, but
To the bank, to the bank, to the bank, bank, bank. My
Are
dad.
you sure, are you sure that we shouldn't support the bank in our own ANC?
What Thomas and I went through before? No.
Yes, but you'd have 2 others with you.
Yeah, it didn't help it. It didn't matter who was there. So yes. I would move that we adjourn our meeting.
Woohoo.
Is there a
I
second?
would also like to thank everybody who did attend tonight.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
The fact that you were here is very important to us.
It is important.
Yes, absolutely very important. Thank you for joining us. And we will continue. We will see you on for our special meeting on Thursday, August 28th.
8th.
I will our next regularly scheduled ANC meeting is on September 9th. At 6 p.m., which will be at MLK Library. And online. So we'll see you all then. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, commissioners, for your service.
Good night and good luck.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.